Okay, so for part A, we're going to start by doing some implicit differentiation. So we're going to get 4x cubed minus 5x squared times 2y dy dx, because I'm taking the derivative of a y. And I'm going to do product rule here. So plus, I'm going to do the second, which is y squared, times the derivative of the first, which is negative 10x. Plus, and then we've got 16y cubed, again the derivative of a y, so dy dx equals 0. All right, now what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to try to take everything with the dy dx and keep it on one side. And I'm going to factor out the dy dx while I'm at it. So dy dx, I'm going to factor out a dy dx of that 16y cubed, okay? And then I'm going to have here minus 10x squared y. And I'm just looking at the things that I just underlined, and I took out a dy dx. All right, equals. Now, everything that I'm squiggling here, I'm going to move to the opposite side of the equal sign. So the signs are going to have to change. So that's going to become a positive 10xy squared and a negative 4x cubed. All right. Now I'm going to try to get that dy dx just a little bit more by itself. So I'm going to divide by what it's being multiplied by, which is the 16y cubed minus 10x squared y. So that cancels that out. And now I'll have my answer to part A. The only thing I'm going to do is I notice that they have a factor of 2, so I'm going to divide everything by a 2. So 5xy squared minus 2x cubed. And then on the bottom, divide by 2, 8y cubed minus 5x squared y. Okay? So this is your answer for part A. For part B, they want an equation for line L, which is a tangent line. And if you read the original question, it says, let L be the line tangent to the graph at x equals 2. So we are going to be looking at an x value of 2. Now, if x is equal to 2, look at the 2 points that they gave you in the original question, and you'll see if x is equal to 2, then y has to be equal to 1. That's one of the points that they gave us. So 2, 1, more specifically, will be the point that we're looking at. Now remember, when we're doing the equation of a line, it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Squeezing that in. Sorry. Okay, well, we have the point 2, 1, so we're going to do y minus 1 equals m times x minus 2. Now all we need is the slope, and the slope is right over here because derivative is slope. And we're just going to plug in the point 2, 1. So dy dx equals 5 times 2 times 1 squared minus 2 times 2, that quantity cubed, over 8 times 1 cubed minus 5 times 2 squared. Let's erase that, times the y value, which is 1. And then you just evaluate that. Now, when you evaluate all of that, you should end up with 1/2. Okay? And then we're going to plug that back in. So we're going to get y minus 1 equals 1/2 times x minus 2. And there's no need to simplify that. You can, but you don't need to. So that's your answer for part B. For part C, it's asking you to give the coordinates of a point that is on the graph of f, but not on the line. Okay, well, our line equation is here in the box. Now, we want the coordinates of a point that's not on that line. If you go back and you reread the original question, they gave you 2 points, 2, 1, which we know is on the line, and -2, -2. So then for part C, it would be that other set of coordinates, which would be -2, -2. Now for part D, they want a set of coordinates that is on the line but not on the graph of f. So you have the equation of your line right here, okay? And all you have to do is, I don't know, just pick a random x value. So let's just say we picked -2 for an x value. Then what you could do is just do y minus 1 equals 1/2, and then do -2 minus 2, and then work that out, and you will find your y value. Okay? All right, so then let's see if maybe we can just erase a little bit so that we have some room here for you to kind of work through that. All right. And now all we're going to do is we're going to get y minus 1 equals 1/2 of -4. And let me kind of squeeze that in over there, sorry. And that's going to be y minus 1 equals -2. So then y would equal what? -1, right? So then -2, -1 would be your answer for part D.